Logic, here we go. It's on you, bro. We're going to start with Saturday's game, Raiders-Bengals. Give it to me straight.
Bengals.
Boom. Why?
Jamar Chase.
Enough said. Patriots-Bills. Who you got?
Patriot.
Why?
Bill Belichick.
Yo, he don't even play football. You know, Bill Belichick has never played the game. More importantly,
the thing about
going back, none of the great coaches have played the game. That's crazy.
The thing about, but I think there's something to be said about that. I think there's something to be said about that. I think the reason that Steve Kerr, is probably going to be remembered as a better coach than a better basketball player is because he wasn't good enough not to pay attention. He paid attention to all his coaching. He knew all the coaching. He knew the ins and outs of all the drills and all. He got all of that because he couldn't just Michael Jordan this thing. I can't just show up here drunk and dunk on it. I can't do that. I got to pay attention to everything that's going on. And I think that's the same thing that happened to John Madden. I think that's the same thing that happens to guys like that who, maybe play or don't even play. I mean, Belichick played in high school. Belichick played in like a Division II college. He just wasn't good enough, but he understood what the point of it was, if that makes sense. He must have paid attention.
Vince Lombardi, they said he didn't play football either.
No, he talked to football players to figure that shit out. Like, he just talked to people who do play. Well, what do you need? Okay, well, let me just hype you up and you go do it. I don't know how to do it, but you do. I'll just tell you, do this.
All right. We're going to Sunday. Eagles, Buccaneers, who you got?
I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah?
I want to go with the Eagles. I feel like the Eagles is what you're looking at is the number one run offense versus the number one pass defense. So it's really just going to come down to who executes what they like to do the most. And unfortunately, because the way the Buccaneers are set up, their offense is not going to be as dynamic as it should be. And if the Eagles are smart, they're not going to throw the football like that. They're just going to run it. And if they run it, they'll probably win again.
Okay. All right. 49ers and Cowboys.
This is what we were talking about earlier. I personally feel like if there was ever a year for the Cowboys to do it, it's this year. But these are the type of games that historically the Cowboys find ways to lose. Historically. These are, them first round games where it's like, you ought to be able to beat this. And then all of a sudden you have a George Kittle game or this or that. So as much as I want to go for the Cowboys, I'm probably going to go for the 49ers because the Cowboys can find a way to mess it up. They will.
All right. So 49ers for you. Steelers and Chiefs. Steelers and Chiefs.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs only because they would have to play the worst football ever to lose to this version of the Steelers. They'd have to play the worst I've ever seen. Like, they would have to, like, somebody would have to die on the field, and then something else would have to happen. And they had to be like a divorce, like at halftime, and all types of different things.
They already did that at the beginning of the year.
You feel what I'm saying? And they already kind of
got that shit. Yeah, they got that shit out their system already.
They got that shit out their system. It's two Travis Kelce passes to win that. Like, it's not like you gotta be that great to win this. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying the Chiefs are great. I'm just saying you don't have to be that great to win this.
This should be a layup.
Last week?
Yeah.
Been through 67 times for like 174 yards.
Yeah.
The king of dinking and dunking. Like, come on. Like, you can beat these guys. Like, you should beat these guys.
Okay. All right. Cardinals and Rams to wrap it up.
I think this is going to be the best game of the weekend. I think these two teams, it could really go either way. I'm going to pick a team, but I'm not even going to front. It could go either way. I prefer the Cardinals just because this Kyler Murray thing is fun. It's fun to, like, be a fan of something that just looks so silly when you watch it. It's like he's so small, and he's, like, doing all these things that don't make no sense. And it be working. And so, we kind of want to see that keep going. But that's just where I'm at with that. But I don't think the Rams are bad, and I think the defense is probably better.
Okay.
I just think at the quarterback position, Kyler Murray is better.
It's better than Matthew Stafford?
Yes, I believe so.
I don't think so, but
I don't believe he's older. I don't believe he's older. But I believe if Matthew Stafford wins this game, it'll be the first playoff game he ever won. I believe that. Because that's a fact.
Okay.
So,
but he's gonna win it though.
We'll see. He was supposed to win a couple of them other ones too.
Yeah, he was.
We'll see.
All right, so here's my rundown. The Raiders and Bengals. I'm gonna give this to the Bengals off the fact that the Raiders are a big question mark. Like, one time I liked Carr, the next game I didn't like Carr. So I gotta go with the Bengals just because of the consistency. Overall, Joe has a better game. I think that is a game where the quarterbacks matter. So I know every game, of course, the quarterback is the most important position, but in this game, it'll be who makes that mistake. Because both of them, I think Carr is liable to make that mistake over Joe.
It's got to be a shootout, and if it's a shootout, Carr's going to make the mistake first. If it's a shootout, Carr's going to make the mistake first. If they can get defensive and go that way, that could be different.
I got to give it to the Bengals. So the next game, the Patriots and the Bills. The Bills have something to prove. That's why I'm going with the Bills, because they got embarrassed. They got embarrassed. They let a team that didn't throw but one fucking pass win the game. I don't care if it was snowing. I don't care. The scheme beat the Bills. The talent didn't beat the Bills because the Patriots actually don't have any talent.
None.
Mac Jones is not. Before I get too hard on that, because I know he's a rookie, of course. Like, I'm not saying too much, but they just don't have it. He's not anything that Josh Allen is. So anyway, I got to give it to the Bills there, no question. They have to win that game. Eagles and Buccaneers. I was scared of the Eagles already. I was already scared. I saw them building something. The Buccaneers are going to have a tough time beating them. I cannot go against Thomas Brady. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady will find some way, whether he has to pay somebody or something, to win this game. I do think the Eagles are going to keep it close. I do think they will mess them up.
I hear what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? I do think they'll find some way to keep this close because they have that running game, and Tampa Bay is not the defense they were last year. And didn't Dreadhead play for them on the defense? The cornerback was the guy Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman signed to the Buccaneers, didn't he? But he's out. He's not. He's done for the season. They put him on that.
And he wasn't. And he was a. Let's be fair about it. Not
he wasn't gonna do
what
shit.
But he was a shell of. He was a shell of what he was. He was a shell of what he was. Man, he's nickelback coverage dude.
Motherfucker came and sell a ticket.
Nickelback double cover guy. Like,
Tom Brady like to save niggas. That's what it is.
It's not. He does.
Bring him to the team. He got to give him another shot.
He really does.
Let's get this guy another championship.
If it wasn't for that MAGA hat, I would really feel like Tom Brady's love, Nick.
I would
really feel like that. If it wasn't for that MAGA hat.
He does. He says, "Look at my African American. That's a good African American."
He did it with who? Moss, right?
Yeah.
And then he did it with Antonio Brown, and they signed Richard Sherman for no fucking reason. Like, yo, what, you down? You need to play?
Come live with me. That's crazy.
What was my man from, I'm not gonna cut you off. What was my man from the Saints that had like a hit and run and killed some bitch and then came to the Patriots? What was his name? Wide receiver. Wide receiver. Who Tom Brady also said. Whose name we can't remember because we can't remember he killed it. Like, we don't even remember that anymore. We'll go back to it. Just put a pin in that.
All right. So the trigger game for me is the 49ers and the Cowboys.
Of course.
Because logically, my logic will not let me. How you like that? Logic over everything. My logic will not let me say. My logic will not let me look at these stats and say that this is going to be an easy game for the Cowboys. They suck in the run. They're like 20th in the league in run defense. They give up a ton of yards. What's the strength of the 49ers? Running. They're not going to let if they're building a scheme against the Cowboys, they're going to run it down our throats. And what's that kid name? Debo. God. Debo scares me in this game. I'd rather have a game to see Garoppolo go back 50 times and
exactly. And that's what I was going to say.
And that's what I would be confident
if you're the defensive coordinator, you want to do everything you can to get Garoppolo to pass as many times as possible. If he can pass as many times as possible, y'all will win the game, at least at the defensive end. Because one of them is going to be an interception, two of them is going to be an interception, one of them going to be a fumble. That's just what the numbers suggest. And Don't let them get into that running.
And so just like the Bengals and the Raiders, I'm going to say that this is a game that comes down to the quarterback. And what do I see from Dak Prescott? I see inconsistency. Some days he rolls out and he's passing the wide open receivers and runs the score up to 51 against the practice squad. And then some days he goes out that rollout and throws an interception to make the game unnecessarily close. So I can't depend on that quarterback. And then you already know what Garoppolo is, he'll throw it away in the red zone on you. So if this game comes down to the quarterbacks, I actually don't know where to call it. So what I'm going to say is confidently, the Cowboys should win this game. No doubt about it. They have the best offense. They have the top-rated defense, right? All the stats point to this is Dallas's game to win, and they're the third seed. The 49ers are the sixth. So mathematically, statistically, Dallas should win this game. No question. I could say that about every 13-3 version of the Dallas Cowboys over the last 20 years.
Okay? Who have historically done you wrong. But okay, I got you. I understand exactly what you're saying.
There you
Logic
go.
over everything except what you love. I understand. Logic over everything but what you love.
Cowboys need to win this game. They should win this game.
They need to. I agree.
Don't bet with your heart, bro.
I'm just saying that's what the stats say. Steelers and Chiefs. I think the Steelers are going to surprise people, and here's why. Mahomes is just like any other quarterback. They say that when you bother Brady, you'll win that game. The Giants did it better than any other team I've seen, right? They bothered Brady. He was average, right? The Steelers.
He's also 67.
Yeah, but he wasn't when Eli and them boys took that Super Bowl from him. You know what I'm saying?
Both.
Both. I'm sorry.
Both.
He wasn't.
Fuck out of here.
You know what I'm saying? So
he was that nigga.
Regardless of what Eli was or wasn't, because I'm not going to debate that with Infinite on the podcast. I
appreciate that.
Yeah, Steelers, Chiefs. I think that's going to surprise you because of one defensive player. If that what's the lineman for Steelers? Defensive line. Yeah. Oh boy.
You got T.J. Watt. You got Minka.
But he couldn't even break the record with a whole extra game.
Listen.
That's real.
I'm just talking about pure playoff adrenaline.
That's a Giants fan right there. That's a Giants fan. He just posted on that. You know, because if he would have broke the record, he'd be like, "You got an extra game, no fuck
extra game."
He was like, "You got an extra game, fuck." So it's a win-win for you either way. You won it.
He's a bigger sucker. If he broke it,
took you 19 games. Took you 19 games to throw it. You got 2 days off and you did it. Yeah, good for you.
Word up.
All right.
And you do today on NBC. Can you do that? Nah.
Who else got the Steelers? Wait, Bills, did you pick the Steelers or you went with
shit? No,
you didn't pick the Steelers. No. So I'm the only one that did Steelers. Let's remember that because I So nobody picked the Steelers, but Joe.
You probably drank the most.
Oh, calm down. Calm down. I did
catching up. I'm slowly catching up.
I did all my picks before this, so I'm definitely picking the Steelers. Let's remember that. Cardinals, Rams. Another game where I don't trust either of these quarterbacks. I don't trust either of them. I don't trust Matthew Stafford. He throws picks in the biggest games, on the biggest stages. Like that's just his unlucky. I do believe he deserves to win this. Like after all these years, he has the receiving core. He has no excuses, right? Like Cooper Kupp, they were in some random argument that because of his skin color, he's doubted as one of the best wide receivers. Like it's weird that he's white and he's that good. But he stood up in the combine against Devontae Adams. Like, people don't know that. Like, he was the faster one with the ball in his hand. He is super quick.
Yeah.
And so
the
for
combine is about looking at black dudes with no shirts on. It's not about white people. White people do a lot of things. Gronkowski turned it out, and nobody heard anything about it. Nobody heard anything about it. It's just about watching black dudes with no shirts run around in circles. That's what it's about.
But it's just like the same way white women got ass now. White niggas can ball now too. That's just
it's some nuggets. It's the nuggets.
What's the running back? What was the running back for the
Christian McCaffrey, the greatest running back in the history of professional football. Christian McCaffrey, some small white dude out here killing the game.
Fact.
Killing the game.
And now you got cut.
You said Whitehead? What? You said Whitehead?
What?
Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, okay. All right.
And he's dope.
Not Rex Burkhead. Rex Burkhead.
Look, for that final pick, I just want to be clear. I'm picking the Rams. Okay. I'm picking the Rams. Better receiving core.
That's a fair pick.
Yeah.
I think that's the best game, though. I think that's the best game because it could go either way.
Cardinals don't have D-Hop.
You can't go wrong either way.
They don't have D-Hop. That's like they don't have him. Right? He's still not playing. So
But Christian Kirk can get it done. Like, let's don't sleep on you sleeping on Christian Kirk like he can't get it done. He can get it done. He can get it done. He can get I don't think he could get it done multiple times in the playoffs, but he could get it done one time. I believe that.
I think Kyler. I think Kyler can do his best Deion Sanders routine in the backfield against Donald and what's old boy from Denver.
Yeah,
they're gonna be in his face, right? He's gonna move the way he moves, and then the rest is up to that secondary. We'll see, but they're gonna be.